These stone doorways at Persepolis represent the apex of ancient Persian power. Every pillar and relief projects the image of a global hegemon that defined the cradle of civilization. Beneath the surface of this legacy lies a story of strategic theft. Persia began as a parasite, thriving inside the body of a much older, more ruthless structure. They hijacked the infrastructure of the Median Empire, a predecessor that was significantly more intelligent and far more lethal than the Persian state that replaced it. The entire Persian superpower was an accident of history, born from a single, catastrophic strategic error made by one Median king. King Cyaxares was the architect of the world's first truly professional military. He discarded tribal levies and divided his forces into specialized branches, distinct units for spears, bows, and a rapid cavalry. In 612 BC, he unleashed that war machine on Nineveh. He burned the seemingly invincible capital of the Assyrian state, reducing the world's first true superpower to ash and rubble. Standing in the wreckage of his enemies, Cyaxares held total global dominance. He possessed the military infrastructure and the momentum to rewrite the geopolitical map for the next 3,000 years. But absolute power brings a unique vulnerability. A conqueror's most dangerous enemy is the quiet, creeping comfort of feeling completely secure. To defeat Assyria, Cyaxares partnered with Babylon. Instead of turning on them, he chose a diplomatic alliance, marrying his daughter to the Babylonian king. That treaty allowed Babylon to thrive. They absorbed the major trade routes and quickly developed into the logistical and economic engine of the ancient world. By leaving this massive neighbor untouched, Cyaxares capped his own expansion. He created a stagnant border, and in the resulting power vacuum, a small vassal state of mountain tribes called Persia began to quietly accumulate resources. Dividing the map into distinct spheres of influence might look like a stable strategy on paper. In reality, it simply delays inevitable conflict and gives your future predators time to grow. If Cyaxares had operated with the ruthlessness of a true hegemon, the timeline would have split the night Nineveh fell. Step 1. Betrayal. His cavalry wheels around, slaughtering the sleeping Babylonian army. Step 2. Consolidation. Moving his capital to Mesopotamia fuses his military with the Syrian administration, creating an unbroken superstate. Finally, mass deportation scatters the Persian tribes, ensuring Cyrus the Great never exists. Securing a multi-millennia dynasty requires the stomach to execute your allies the moment they outlive their tactical utility. If Cyaxares had taken those steps, the geopolitical map of 2026 would be unrecognizable. A sprawling Median monolith would have swallowed Europe before Greece could invent democracy, meaning the Roman Empire never happens. Global culture would follow a purified Zoroastrianism, a philosophy focused on Asha, or cosmic order. Instead of messianic religions, this society would prioritize biological enhancement and the mastery of natural laws. The capital, Ecbatana, would sit at the center of a cybernetic feudal system, a massive, hyper-efficient megacity of 50 million citizens run by a strictly scientific meritocracy. Median engineering was born from the necessity of mastering water and architecture in the harshest environments on Earth. By pairing that technical mastery with a culture free from religious warfare, their path toward industrialization would have opened much earlier. In this alternate world, they would reach Mars while our own ancestors were still mastering the steam engine. All of that technological acceleration was lost because one ancient king decided to compromise with his neighbors. Cyaxares chose the comfort of being a good neighbor over the isolation of absolute rule. He stopped advancing the moment he felt he had enough. That desire for peace directly allowed Cyrus the Great to rise from a small mountain tribe and eventually swallow the entire Median legacy. Persepolis exists only because a Median king hesitated. These ruins are the physical evidence of the vacuum he created, a sprawling palace built by the very subordinates who rose up to devour his legacy.